Now that they know, the boys are hyper aware. If you're a little too tired or skip a meal, they immediately go into hero mode. You have to find a way to tell them that you still need your independence and that taking care of you shouldn't mean smothering you. The apartment was quiet in the way it only ever got on Sunday mornings. Katsuki making breakfast loud enough to wake the neighbors. Ejiro half asleep on the couch with his arm thrown over his face, and you in the bedroom, believing for just a minute longer that the secret you've been carrying could stay hidden. It couldn't, of course. You should have known that. It started because Ijiro was looking for your phone charger. That was all. Nothing dramatic, nothing intentional. Just him padding into your shared bedroom in his gray sweats, hair loose, and crimson around his shoulders, mumbling, "Babe, you seen the white charger?" As he pulled open your nightstand drawer. The pill bottle rattled. He stared at it. It wasn't the prescription itself that stopped him. It was the label. Your name. A dosage he didn't recognize. A medication name he'd never heard you mention. Not once. Not in 8 months of sleeping in the same house. Of knowing the exact brand of your face wash and the way you took your coffee. He picked it up slowly, the way you'd handle something fragile. "Hey, Katsuki," he called out, voice carefully neutral. "Can you come here?" There was the sound of a pen being set down harder than necessary, footsteps, and then Bakugou appeared in the doorway, dish towel over his shoulder, reading the room in the span of a second the way he always did. His gaze dropped to Ijiro's hand. His jaw tightened. "What the hell is that?" He walked in from the bathroom, still towel drying your hair, and the sight of them both standing there, Ijiro holding the bottle, Bakugou's arms crossed, something complicated moving behind both their expressions, turned your legs to concrete. "Oh, you said just that. Oh." Ijiro held it up, gently. "Wyan." Your name in his mouth like that, soft and careful, was somehow worse than if he'd raised his voice. "What is this?" He reached for something light, something deflecting. It's nothing serious. It has a pharmacy label and a doctor's name on it," Bakugou said flatly. "That's not nothing." I didn't want to make a big deal out of it. "How long?" he asked. Not what is it, not why didn't you tell us. Just how long, because of course that was the thing Katsuki needed to quantify first. The scope of what you'd kept from him. You looked at the floor. "About a year. Before we got together." Ijiro sat down on the edge of the bed, and there was something heartbreaking about how deliberately he did it, like he needed to be at your level. "Come here," he said quietly. "Iji, I'm not upset," he said. "I just want you to sit down and talk to us." Bakugou said nothing, but he moved from the doorway to lean against the dresser, close in the particular way he expressed things he'd never say aloud. "You sat. You told them everything. The diagnosis, the specialist, the fact that it was manageable. It's manageable, I promise. I'm not dying." Somewhere along the way you said that. Just chronic. Just something you'd have to maintain, have to medicate, have to monitor. You told them about the appointment you'd been quietly attending on the third Thursday of every month, the one you'd been calling a check-in with an old friend, because the lie had seemed easier than watching their faces do exactly what their faces were doing now. When you finished, the room was quiet. Ijiro was the first to speak. Why didn't you tell us? Because you stopped, started again. Because I'd only started feeling like myself again. Like I wasn't just the sick one. I wasn't just a diagnosis. And then, you two came into my life. And I was so terrified that if I said it out loud, I'd become that again. I'd be the person who needed taking care of instead of just yours. Bakugo made a short, sharp sound that wasn't quite a cough. He pushed off the dresser, came to crouch in front of you, which he would never do for almost anyone else. You knew that. You understood the weight of it, and looked up at your face with those red eyes that always gave away more than he wanted them to. You are ours, he said. The word landed like something decided, not offered. That's the whole point, idiot. Katsuki. You think we'd bolt? What kind of people do you think we are? He wasn't angry. He realized the sharpness in his voice was something else entirely. Something closer to hurt, and closer still to fears. You've been carrying this for 8 months, while sleeping next to us, while letting us think everything was fine. It is fine. It would have been fine either way. Ijiro said softly. From beside you, his hand found yours, thumb moving across your knuckles. That's what he means. It would have been okay. We wanted to know. We always want to know everything about you. You looked between them. Katsuki still crouched in front of you, jaw set, eyes searching your face. Ijiro warm and solid, at your side, holding your hand like he had no intention of letting it go. Something in your chest came loose. I'm sorry. You said, and meant it completely. Don't apologize, Katsuki muttered, standing. Just don't do it again. What do you need for the treatment? Is there anything you need from us? It was such a Katsuki way to handle vulnerability. Pivot to action, to utility, to how do I fix it? Not really. Just this is enough. Ijiro tugged you gently into his side, and after a moment, Bakugo dropped onto the bed on your other side, shoulder pressed to yours, not looking at you, but being there. Solidly, completely undeniably there. Third Thursday of every month. We're coming with you. He opened your mouth to protest. Not a discussion, he said. Ijiro squeezed your hand and you leaned into him, and then into Katsuki, and let yourself finally be held. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and goodbye.